You're definitely asking, what the heck is in my view? What you are currently looking at is one of the greatest games in all of existence, one of my personal favorites. And that's due mostly to the unique personalities of each character you'll come across. And no spoilers, but the story is great. And there will be spoilers later on, but I'll tell you then. So, let me get to my review of Shadow of War. Now, if you're on the fence about this game, let me ask you something. Would you like to see a game that lets you feel like this constantly? If you said no to that, then please contact your nearest doctor, therapist, or any medical advisor near you. And if you don't, we will come to your house and murder you. This game has the craziest moments in it. You will find yourself attacking entire fortresses when suddenly one of your soldiers betrays you, starts a rebellion against you, and now you have to worry about them, and one of your guys is downed. Yes, it can be overwhelming at times, but you will find yourself loving these moments. And specifically, if you look at the gameplay right here, I called in my bodyguard to fight the Overlord. Well, a bunch of my guys outside were slaughtering people. Well, we already slaughtered them, and it got crazy. And don't tell me that this is a spoiler, because the entire point of this game, the entire marketing, was the fact that you siege fortresses. Literally. Now, I am getting into some minor gameplay spoilers that intelligent players or really keen Lord of the Rings knowers will be spoiled on. So if you know a lot about Lord of the Rings, I highly suggest you skip this part if you don't already know the story. So, with the gameplay elements, you can make a build revolving around literally anything. You can have a build where you're a stealth assassin who lures people in, kills them, then resurrects them. You can have a build where you force the entire enemy's armies into slavery on your side and make them fight for you. Or you can just have a giant build where you freeze, demolish, and explode everything. And let me tell you, it is crazy. This game gives you so much creativity that most people won't even know what to do with it. Now, while I was planning out this video during the planning stages, I was thinking, oh, I have this Mortal Kombat clip that I can show, and I would be like, oh, this is how you feel constantly while playing this game. But no, it's even better than that. While playing this game, there's no way to describe it. It is too amazing. And if you look on the screen right here, I took down this fortress, and I'm just like looking down at all my followers, and I'm like, we own this fortress, ayo. Now, the fortress seizing, I should talk about. It is one of the greatest parts of this game, and you will find yourself loving it at almost every moment. With the high amount of orcs and soldiers and everything crazy like that, you will be focusing on the fact that there are so many of them, you're not able to handle it alone. Which is why it brings me to my next segment, the orcs themselves. The orcs themselves in this game are too great. You will find yourself falling in love with each one of them. I have a guy named Crimp the Scorpion, who I just remember off the top of my head, because he was one of the first orcs I ever got to join my side, and he was amazing. And I loved him. And I immediately promoted him to Overlord once I captured a base. It was great. And you also find yourself finding people like, I'm gonna mention a character that you can't get unless you buy a DLC, Meku the Fixer, who have all these unique personalities. And another character I love, Zuka the Poet. I found myself falling in love with him for a while, until I got Meku the Fixer, and then he was the guy I cared about for a while. But you will find yourself falling in love with each one of these characters, which I can't say enough. And if you look around further, I even find people, I'm currently looking through my army, Meku, Flame of War. This guy, I remember his story specifically. I originally had him, he was just a normal orc. He betrayed me, started rebellion against me, and then I killed him, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of sad, he was pretty cool. He came back from the dead, and then attacked me. Then I recruited him again, then he betrayed me, then I recruited him again. And this is the crazy stuff. I wanted to get an image of him on screen, but I just couldn't. He's basically, half of him is on fire because he died from flames and fire and stuff. But this game is just crazy. Now, here be spoilers, but everyone who watches this channel knows I'm a fan of great stories. And I even try to throw stories into those small skits we do, but I'm not the greatest writer. And I love when stories are well written, though. So, this game has an amazing story that throws in amazing twists. And my buddy, Johnny Seizure is crazy, and he's going through right now, and I'll probably throw in some clips later that are pretty awesome of him reacting to when he first got the game and he was over here. But, it's crazy. The story is, it's just indescribable. So, anyone who's played it knows of all the betrayals and everything like that, and how the story starts out with you crafting a new ring and continuing on, and once you do that, you meet Sheila, you give the ring to her, and now you gotta defend this entire city. And you don't, and it gets taken by the Witch King. And eventually, you meet Bruce. My God, Bruce. The personality-filled lump of amazement who ends up betraying you, and you did not see that coming. And now you feel the anger erupting through you as he took your fortress after you just defended it. It was perfect. I found myself getting angry at the characters who betrayed us. It was horrible, and it was awesome at the same time. And later on, finally, after Bruce betrayed you and you shame him and show all the orcs of Mordor, with 90% more doors, that you are the true leader who should be running Mordor. But Celebrimbor has other plans. After going through this storyline and a bunch of the side quests, and connecting with Celebrimbor and Talion, Celebrimbor betrays you in an epic moment. That, again, if you haven't played this story, I'm sorry, but you failed. Because you should have before you watched this part with the spoilers. Now, spoilers are over. Here you are for people who blah blah blah. The DLC in these games is something I wish was slightly different, but that's okay because the base game was able to hold me over forever. So, what does this game have to offer for DLC? It first of all has the Blade of Galadriel DLC, which is amazing. Let me tell you, there are some annoying parts where you're like, I just wish I was playing as Talion. But you get awesome orcs like Megu the Fixer, so that immediately makes up for it. I wish the story when that was kind of better and it makes plot holes and stuff, but that's fine. For a while at least. And it's kind of sad because I give this game a pass in the DLC just because I love it so much when I should give it a harder time. And its other DLC though, the whole I'm trying to remember the name, the Desolation of Mordor DLC is actually really nice and I like it. And all the tribe DLCs are also pretty cool. So, just Blade of Galadriel, I have a few issues with it. Desolation of Mordor, love it. All the other DLCs, great. Now, this is only part 1, because I am afraid I can't put everything in that I love about this game into one video. I hope you like, subscribe, blah blah blah. I'm not really here to promote myself. I just hope you guys enjoy the videos. See you guys at part 2.